Seriously. It's the most annoying thing ever.
This is Byron, Lazine, and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 74 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
The word is up.
Woo! It's June.
It is already.
Love June.
Do you?
I do.
All right. Anyways, moving on from your love of June, we've got 3 rackets for you. First one's really interesting. You found this one, Nicole.
I did.
Inside the app that lets Uber drivers scout for investor deals in real estate. What do you like about this?
Oh my God, I love all of it. I think it's fabulous. I think it's brilliant. I'm a little sad that I feel like I've been in like mom world too long to not come up with that on my own.
I haven't even seen it until we saw this Inman article, which of course we're going to post all the articles on YouTube.
So it's not just for Uber drivers, but they're obviously finding that Uber drivers are really the ones that seem to be the most successful in it because investors go to this, what's it called, Deal Machine?
Yeah, the app is called Deal Machine. It launched in 2017 and it operates on this novel premise. Novel? Shoot. Did it again. Reading. Talking. It's not good. All right. Hire people who are already out driving around to scout properties for real estate investors, like the people they mentioned in this article.
Yeah.
When drivers notice properties that might make good investments, they simply take a picture and pin the location in Deal Machine's app.
I love it. So it sounds like I haven't gone onto the app or the website. I should. I'm actually really excited to hop on when we get off here. But it sounds like the deals start like if you're an investor, you pay like $50 a month. I don't know what you get for the $50 a month.
$49 monthly fee of $49.
And people literally drive around, and when they find a property that fits it, they pin it, and then the app actually gets the contact information, the homeowner's name. I don't know if it gets phone numbers, but it does sound like it does a pretty deep dive into who owns the property. It sounds like there is the capability, though, that if there is a driver that you become like accustomed to or that you feel like you trust, you could just like hire them directly too. So like you pay them like a per hourly rate, and which is great because I feel like with investors, like there's certain things that certain investors are looking for. So I would personally want to hire someone that knew like my criteria so that obviously their time was being well spent instead of me going through pins all day of garbage. But super interesting. I feel like it could totally go beyond just investors in this situation.
And like some of the best deals are found when maybe you're working on a property over here and you're like, hey, that one looks like nobody's been living there for 3 years.
Well, I feel like that's like the golden rule of real estate. Like you're never supposed to take the same route twice because like you're supposed to, oh, you didn't know that?
The golden rule?
I feel like
I thought it was location.
No, I feel like that's sort
investor
of like
rule?
Yeah, like if you have an appointment, whether it's work related or personally related, you're always supposed to go a different way
learn the area
back so that you're passing, so you're not always going your same road. So you do find opportunities. Yes. Yep. Okay. Well,
I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
Uber drivers must have a lot of downtime unless you're in like New York City or one of these big cities. Then obviously you're going to just be running from pickup to pickup to pickup. But where we are here on the Little Connecticut shoreline, for example, they've got to have a lot of downtime. I just took an Uber back from JFK, New York City, all the way to Madison, Connecticut.
Where were they coming from? Were they coming from Connecticut or were they coming from New York? Like
they were in New York.
And they drove you to Connecticut.
And then he selected my route.
Was he like, yay?
He got into when I got into the car, he goes, hey, so you're pretty far, huh? I said, yeah. I said, you accepted the job, man. I don't know what to tell you. But like, I was thinking about it when he dropped me off. I gave him a nice cash tip and a 5-star review if anyone's wondering. But I'm like, man, he literally at that point, because it was during the middle of the day, so you're going to have traffic. He had a 2-hour drive back.
Right.
Like if he was going back to JFK area. Well, what he should do is
pick up jobs along the way back.
Right. And I'm thinking about this now for him. He could have been just deal machining it the whole way back.
That's your day. That's your day. This dropping you off was.
And then deal machining. But then you're getting off 95. I don't know. It's. But yeah, you're waiting around different. I mean, I've taken.
Could you
Ubers
imagine though?
from
Now
Hartford.
your trip takes a little bit longer because the guy's
He's
now
like,
driving around to take pictures of home.
I've got a deal over here. I got to take a
I
photo.
just have to take a photo real quick.
I want a referral
love
fee,
it
is
though.
what
I
I'd
love
want.
it. I mean, in all honesty, I feel like there's some people in this, not some people, but I feel like most drivers that I run into, whether they're an Uber driver or a limo driver, you know, that you're calling like an actual driving, 99.9% of these people actually really legitimately love driving. They just love driving around. I know that when I was like 16, 17, like I loved just like driving around, wasting gas, where maybe they don't want to have to deal with people anymore. It's like, you know, this is the best way to keep driving around, but then not having to deal with like the people getting into your car. I mean, there's, you know, that it's like small, it's like a hairdresser. Like I can never be a hairdresser. Like there's just so much chit chat. Like
Lots of chit chat.
I mean,
they're the best referrals. If you're an agent out there, hairdressers, best referral source. They talk to everybody. It's like having a therapist, and hairdressers don't mind telling everybody what you know the people in their chair said to them.
Yes, I just couldn't imagine doing that.
And here's this. If you read the article, there's another company, Be Polite Properties, and they're basically leaning into Deal Machine's platform. Their drivers get $1 to $2 per approved lead, depending on what part of the country they're working for. And then if the company ultimately closes on one of those properties, the driver also gets a commission.
Wow.
So you're getting.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I mean, somebody got $700.
Oh, because these are investors, so they're not even real estate. So there's nothing
They're
real
investors.
estate.
There's no rules.
Right. Okay.
It's not like NAR's going to come slap you on the
Right.
wrist. You know?
I love it. If you guys have heard of it or have done it, or if you're driving around pinning houses, I'd love to know about it. I feel like I want to start pinning houses.
Yeah, they're sending some.
I'm thinking again, even if it's not for investors, like you could just have someone drive and just get leads. Like, hey, I see a dumpster.
I saw an article on Inman this week. If you're sick of real estate, here's a few things to do. This might be one of the things.
Right?
They should put this in the article.
They should.
All right, racket number 2. The future of real estate is a consumer model.
Obviously.
Racket number 3, the Realogy. 2 weeks in a row for Realogy.
Realogy. Well, I feel like maybe they're trying to just keep themselves in the headlines. I mean, it's smart. You have to.
Well, their stock is definitely in the headlines. Realogy's CEO explains the problem with big agent signing bonuses. So you're seeing this in the industry right now a lot, Compass, where there are brokers going out and just paying big signing bonuses to bring agents in. It is like a fight right now for market share through buying up teams or agents or the EXP model of like bring your team over here and hey, you've got 70 people on your team. That's 70 people in your pyramid there or your downstream, whatever you guys call it, right? Like, wow, I'm a little prickly today.
You are super prickly today.
I love my EXP peeps, Tim Macy, and I love my Compass peeps as well.
Prickly.
All of them.
Wow.
I love them all. I love all you guys.
Good thing there's a racket in between us.
But Realogy, here's the thing. Here's what's not a racket. Realogy can't afford signing bonuses. They're over $3 billion in debt. All right, so I don't think they've got the money to even consider signing bonuses if they wanted to. So of course Ryan Schneider doesn't believe in that. If you were maybe on the flip where you had Billy's in the bank like Compass, then maybe you would believe in that.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
That's it?
Yeah.
What do you want? You want a bonus?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, no, what do you think? Do you think it's a good move? If you're a broker, say you were a startup broker right now, is that the model that you would deploy to build your agent base?
Interesting. Such an interesting question there. I think that there needs to be some sort of upside for the agent, and maybe it's not money. I think there needs to be something, though, because traditionally when you do move brokerages, your business does lag a little bit. So if anything, the bonus is probably 9 times out of 10 not even really going into the agent's pocket because there's so many expenses that are incurred in the transition. So I'm not even really feeling like it's like a bonus. It's almost like the cost of doing business if you're switching companies, especially if you're losing some of your listings or you're having to pay out referrals. Like I feel like the bonus is just sort of maybe and sometimes keep you sort of whole. But I think that there needs to definitely be some sort of like there needs
for
to be
top agents.
Yeah, again, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's marketing. Maybe they're giving you an admin but I do think that there needs to be something to help as agents transition over, especially if they're large or there's a team and there's multiple, because like as the leader, like you have roles that you're going to have to be doing, which may pull away from the agents that are below you, but you want your agents to know that like there's going to be additional support in this transition. And like, why should that sort of fall on your shoulders? Like, I feel like, yes, long story short, I do feel like there needs to be something there for sure.
Yeah. I think if I was like, if I had the money that Compass did, I think you kind of have to, because you've got to get market share. You have to get
you have to give them a reason to leave. Because I mean, again, if you have a huge team that's doing massive amount of money, I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're probably thinking, if I ever leave, it'll just be to start my own brokerage.
Here's where it's going to hurt some companies. Is that if once you get them in the door, there isn't anything to back up that dough, meaning training, building their brand, helping them get other flows of income, helping them be a business owner, helping them with staff, helping them, recruit, helping them
transition.
Manage people.
I mean, it should be,
absolutely.
It needs to be as fluid and easy as possible. And if it's not, holy crap, there is no amount of money in the world.
That's a great point. The transitions in this industry are an absolute mess, going from one broker to another. People suing each other, people holding back listings, people not giving up deals or money that's under contract that's already been worked for. Or
companies not even being ready for you. Hello?
Right, like there are companies out there that you will have 20 deals under contract, you will leave for another one, and they will try to withhold those 20 deals. Like, the work's already done as a sales agent. Like, you put them under contract, your work's done, in my opinion, right? So what are you going to do to retain them? Because when the market drops, when there's less deals, when there's less in the system, what is actually going to get them to stay, right? If you've already given the money, now they're like scared, the money's spent, the market's done, they're going to run to the next shiny thing.
Of course.
Unless you've built the infrastructure to keep them.
100%. I mean, you see that every day. People, being recruited in and then.
But I don't think it's a racket that Ryan Schneider thinks this is a racket with where their stock is. Ryan, I don't know you, but I'd love to know you. And
I was going to say, there's something about I loving you in that sentence.
And I would love you if you wanted me to. No. All right.
Lord.
Don't come after me, Realogy peeps. I love all you guys. All of them. Every brand.
Well, we love everybody.
I love everybody.
We're friends with everybody.
If you're an agent watching this, jam the heck out of that like button or the dislike button. Either one's good with me. Leave us a comment, and we'll see you guys next week. Keep it real.
Bye.